a couple of years ago, my kit as it relates to lenses was just, you know, prime lenses, but prime lenses with bokeh, you get me? So 35 1.4 or 1.2, 50 1.4, 85 1.4, 135 1.8, like f2, like those are the type of lenses that I actually go for, you get me? And I wasn't a fan of zoom lens because, like, you know, the barrel moving and like the moving elements, like I really hated that. A couple years later, the best lens that I've ever owned in my life is this. This is a Tamron 35 f2 to 150 2.8, and yo, this is the best lens that I've ever used, and I've been using this lens for about a year now, well, more than a year now. And yo, the focal length from 35 to 150 is perfect for me, because like my normal to go lens would be the Sigma 35 1.4, right? But when I'm using that lens, that I'm just stuck to 35, and like I wanted more, right? So the fact that I have 35, 50, 70, 100, 135 and 50 in one lens, I don't have to be walking up and down with multiple lenses just to get the shot. So this lens is really ideal for video work and also photography, right? It is the ideal lens for travel photography. Even though this lens doesn't have any form of image stabilization, but the cameras that I use, which is the Sony a7 IV and also the Sony FX3, comes with image stabilization, so I don't really have to worry about the stabilization of the lens, you get me? Even you shooting at full 150. I've used this lens for weddings, events, you know, as I said before, travel, and anywhere I use it, I get every shot that I need. Unfortunately, this lens is only for Nikon Z mount and Sony FE mount, so I don't know when Tamron is going to release it for any other, you know, camera companies, but yo, you guys are missing out. So one of the key elements to this lens, right, it has a USB port, which is right here. Yes, so I have a USB type C port that is right here. You can use the port to actually customize the lens if you want, using Tamron lens utility software, you get me? Can actually update the lens if you want by using the same software. Yo, imagine back then you couldn't update lenses, but now you can update the lens if you want without, you know, attaching it to your camera and stuff like that. The build quality is amazing. Yo, if you should feel the lens right now on your camera, it's gonna feel extremely heavy. Let's see, it's really sturdy, you get me? So ND filters for this lens is actually 82mm, which that's a nice size ND, but yo, it's gonna be costly based on the type of ND that you're going for. Last but not least, it has a lock-in switch, right? So the lock-in switch is right here. It prevents the barrel from moving. So once you turn it on, cool, you can't move the barrel. So even if you have it top down, doing a top down shot, you know, it won't be moving from 35. I wish you could lock it at different focal lengths, but that's not the case. But one of the main things I hate about this lens, I wish that, let me unlock this, I wish that it had that internal zoom, which means each time you move from 35 up to 150, the barrel extends. I hate that about the lens, like I hate it. So for example, if you're on a gimbal and you're trying to get the shot, you know, once you move the barrel, that's the gimbal is not balanced again, you get me? So you lose the balance that you've set before. So basically all I'm saying that this lens is a very ideal lens for anybody who is actually, yo, I'm going to tell you this, if you're starting out in this thing, like, and you just have big money to spend, because this lens is about almost $2,000. Well, at the time that I paid $2,000 and some change for it, but the price has dropped from then. But if you're just starting out and you have that money and you have money to buy a camera, like this would be the lens that I would just recommend this lens to anybody who's shooting Nikon or Sony. So this lens is normally on my FX3, so I can get that multi focal length if I want. So guys, trust me, this lens is a good buy.